All right, everyone. This week at iMusicAcademy, we're going to do some more Barry Harris tips. We're going to be in the key of F this week, and we're going to start simple. We're going to go back to this idea of the F chord. So F6 chord, F, A, C, D. We're going to do all the inversions, but we're going to start with our F chord in root position, doubling the top note. So with this Barry Harris idea, you're going to go up the scale, but instead of G, we're going to do a G diminished there. So we're going up an F6 to a G diminished, and you can even Rick roll up that. Rick is one of our students. You're gonna Rick roll 3, 2, 1, and then go back to F6 again. And notice that I'm paying attention to the F6 notes, F, A, C, and there's the D is the sixth note, and there's that double. And then once again, I go up a half step. Now I'm G diminished once again. Do it again, and there's my F6 chord, but a couple things that I noticed, that looks like a D minor 7, doesn't it? And that helps make me visualize that. Then I go up another half step, and now I'm on a G diminished again. Go up another half step, F6. Go up another G diminished. And then I'll once again end where we started, but an octave up. So F, A, C, D, and F again. So we're going to spend a lot of time this week not only showing you how to use it, well, learning it, and then how to use it, but we're also going to explore drop 2. So if you take this same concept, I'll show you this again, and I drop the second highest note, that's where this idea comes from, a drop 2. So you take that D and you move it down the octave. Now you have that. What a beautiful voicing. So the F could be in the bass. So it's this idea of still an F6 chord. And in order to make it to a G minor, I'm envisioning this G minor, but the E comes down the octave. So now we have this once again. We have this to G diminished. And then as I go up again, notice that those are the notes from this F6 chord, but the F goes down the octave. And then I'm going to go G diminished again. So notice that from a G diminished, the second note from the top comes down an octave. And then I go back to this idea of, once again, it looks like a D minor 7, but instead of the A, we're going down the octave. That's the second highest note. And then once again, you go up here. So that's your F6. And then G diminished, I'm envisioning the G diminished, but the second highest note comes down, so it sounds really open. Okay? And then once again, I go back to the G6 chord, and I want you to notice F, A, C, D, but the C comes down the octave. Okay? And then once again, the same thing. I need my G diminished. My second highest note comes down the octave, so you have that. And then we're at F6 again, just like we started. Isn't that nice? So we're going to spend time doing that. Once again, we're going to talk about, in its most basic sense, we're going to say, all right, F, A, C, D, we'll double it. So whatever F6 we're on, we're going to double the top and the bottom the same, just so you start to see those inversions. And I practice those all the time where I'm doubling a note. I think it sounds great to do that. And just like we did the key of F just then, we're going to revisit C again. So we'll say, all right, C6, and then there's your D diminished, C6, D diminished, C6, does look like a minor 7 there, D diminished, C6, B diminished, or D diminished, and then you end where you started. And then once again, you could take the second highest note of whatever chord you're on. If I'm this right here, I can go down, the G goes down the octave now. There's the diminished. See how that works? Isn't that a lot of fun to do that? I love that sound. All right, we'll have fun with that. We're going to be doing Barry Harris this week. So a couple of opportunities you have. You can easily sign up to the YouTube channel. We have 18 members now, but it's such a fun community. The minimum investment is like a cup of coffee a month with me. It's like $5.99, something like that. There are all kinds of tiers, and what a lot of people do is they either sign up for the elite, which is more like 2 cups of good coffee, and then some people start off at the very basic and they go up to the elite membership. So I just want to connect with you. So whether or not you sign up or not, that's on you, but I would love for you to join us on our lessons and see if it's right for you. See you in the next one, and thanks for hanging out.